So if you're someone who is planning to visit the UK, or you have a friend who is planning to visit the UK, or family who is planning to visit the UK, and you are wondering how to apply for your UK visit visa by yourself with no agents to help or charge you extra ridiculous amounts, and with no days and days and days of trying to fill a form that you can just fill in less than 1 hour, then you need to stay tuned till the end of this video. Okay, so welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dinma Ekalo and I am a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. I am here to make it very easy and seamless for you if you want to apply for your UK visit visa. Recently, I applied for a UK visit visa along with my little baby who is about 10 months now, and my husband, and we were able to get the visa. My husband got his visa in 3 weeks at the time he applied, and for me and my son, we got our visa in approximately 9 weeks. The earlier you apply for your visa, the better for you. So let's quickly get into the documents that you require to apply for your UK visit visa. The first document you are required to have is your passport data page, and your passport, of course, but your data page, because you're going to be uploading this, especially if you're using self-service, or you're going to be needing your passport number through your application at some point in your application. So ensure that you have a copy of your data page on your laptop or on your phone, whatever device you're using to apply for your visa. This is really important, and ensure that your passport is valid for the period of your trip. Do not use a passport that is going to expire somewhere within the stipulated time that you've stated in your application. That is a no-no. It's already a red flag for them. So you need to be sure that your passport is valid. The second thing you're going to require is a bank statement. So with this, you have to be really careful. They're going to ask you for a 6-month bank statement, and you're going to really need to have a clear bank statement. This is really important, guys. Pay attention to this. You cannot have unjustified funds walk into your accounts. Basically, if you're an employee, and you claim that you earn 500k per month, you cannot all of a sudden have an unjustified 2.5 million that just walked into your account maybe sometime 2 months ago. You have to be able to justify that. If you have a huge amount of money that has dropped into your account for any reason whatsoever, you would have to write a letter eventually stating what the amount is for, or why the amount walks into your account. So we're going to talk about that later. If you are a businessman, same thing, you also require a bank statement. So, and also for a business person, you will need to attach your company's corporation details, like your incorporation details. So you need to attach your, what do they call it, CAC, or I think, I'm not sure, I'm going to put that on the screen. You need to attach something related to your company or your company's bank statement. This is basically some kind of justification for the amount that comes into your account as a businessman, or your company's account, depending on which account you're going to be using as your sponsorship account. Moving ahead, the next thing you're going to require is your pay slip. So if you state in your application that you are an employee, you are employed, you need to upload your 6 months pay slip, especially if you are the one sponsoring yourself. So for me, my husband was my sponsor, so he more of like the monetary aspects, like the, let me say, bank statements and everything, were like information from his end, so he had to upload. I had to take him as my sponsor in my application, and he had to upload those informations. So also be aware that you can be sponsored by your husband, you can be sponsored by a spouse, you can be sponsored by a family member. That is actually allowed, and we're also going to get to that in the future. Another thing you're going to need is a letter from your organization. This is not listed on their website, but it's something that helps. If you have a letter from your organization, sort of like a reference letter from your organization, just stating that this person is an employee of a current employee of our organization and would like to take a trip or a visit, a family trip to the UK, and so on and so forth. This just further shows the home office that you are actually not running away from the country. You work with a valid organization, and you are a reasonable person, if you know what I mean. So if you can get a reference letter from your organization, that would do a lot of good. My husband got a reference letter from his organization. I wasn't my sponsor, but I also did get a reference letter from my organization stating that I will be traveling with my son and my husband, and yeah, that's really helped. Another thing that you're going to actually require is an accommodation booking. So it would help if you book an accommodation that really doesn't require a lot of, what's the word, book an accommodation that does not require, so you can book an accommodation that you don't have to pay for immediately, and I think you can do that on bookings.com. And I mean, if for booking an Airbnb, you might have to put in some kind of money, to be fair. So I wouldn't exactly advise you book an Airbnb, but if you think you can take the risk, yes, you can book. Some Airbnb apartments allow you to get a refund at up to like 2 days before your trip, and that's fine. But I would advise you book some kind of accommodation and show sort of like a commitment to go. So if you have written in your letter that you're going to be in the UK from so time to so time, you can make a booking in advance for that period, and it doesn't have to be at any cost on bookings.com, like I said. And then you can attach a copy of your booking to your application. Basically, that just helps you to look more authentic, right? It's optional, but this worked for us really. Another thing I would say you should add is to add whatever savings you have. So if you have a piggy vest statement, rise vest statement, all those investment platforms that people just use on a daily basis, like I use PiggyVest. I was able to get my PiggyVest statement. My husband uses RiseVest. I also use RiseVest, but my RiseVest statement was not looking amazing. But you can get any of those bank statements, like just as backup. Wherever you have a savings account, you can just add your savings account, so they know that there's a like additional like saving that you're actually making. As how do I put it, you have extra money somewhere just in case something happens, and they also know that you're financially sound. Okay, so that's the whole idea of putting in your savings, your bank statement for your savings. So if you have another bank statement that is sort of like a savings account that you pretty much put money into most of the time, maybe take out money once in a while, but you put money into most of the time, then you can actually attach that document, and that is like your proof of savings. Final document I'm going to mention is a letter to the home office, just basically doing an explanation of everything that you have in your attachment, or a letter of sponsorship if you have somebody else sponsoring you. You can also state that you've had a huge amount of money come into your account within the past 6 months, and you can give reasons why. So for instance, the 2.5 million naira that just appeared in your account, you can explain that you did a business with so person, you made an investment of so thing. And if you're putting that explanation, you can also attach a contracts, just showing that okay, this was a business you did and this was what you won. If you want the money in a lottery, you can put a copy of the winning certificate, just showing that you got that money in a lottery. If you got that money because you sold your car, you can put a copy of the selling receipt, just some kind of proof to show the reason why you have that huge amount of money coming out of nowhere. If you're a business person, then you also want to, like I said before, attach your certificate of incorporation. So that's it for documents you need to get ready. So now we're going to go into how to make this application by yourself, and we're going to be talking about that in part 2 of this video. So please stay tuned, come back for part 2 of this video where we'll be doing the actual dummy application, and I'll be telling you everything from making the actual application down to getting your passport back with the visa. Thank you.